how you doing? Welcome back to my channel, or hello for the first time. How you doing? I hope you're alright. Hope you're dealing with coronavirus and lockdowns and all that kind of stuff. I hope you're managing, hope you're coping, hope you're okay. What are you doing? So today, Brunson's just munching a wee treat. Today we're making Scottish snowballs. Much like many other things in Scotland, there is one name for 5 different things, and this is no different. So snowballs in Scotland can be a number of things. Cake wise, it can obviously be a snowball, but that's not a cake. But you can get ones that are kind of like a mallow and it's covered in chocolate and covered in coconut, or you can get ones that are cake with jam and they're covered in coconut. Today we're doing the cake version because I don't have enough skills to deal with like mallow. It's just not happening. Like, I don't know how to. I didn't know the first thing about making mallow. Anyway, if you want to see me talk about mallow one day, then put that in the comments, but I'm not confident. Anywho, never done this before, but I right fancy some, so that's why we're going to make it. I have written out myself a wee recipe which I think probably might work, to just basically try to make cakes and then sandwich them and then roll them in coconut. It's the rolling that I don't think I'm going to be confident at, but we'll see how it goes. So before I continue on, today's video is sponsored by my own merchandise, which you can find in the links below, either on Teespring or Shirtwas Cash. Shirtwas Cash has Christmas merch. If you're pregnant, I fully recommend wearing a jumper that is 1 or 2 sizes too big for you, because if you're me, then that's just not really the case. This is like a large, and it's a bit tight round the old belly. But I like it, so I'm wearing it. Plus it's freezing today. Okay, so what you're going to need to do first off is cream together your sugar and your butter and your salt. So I have 55 grams of butter here. I've just cubed mine because it was out of the fridge and I wanted to cube it to try and make it soft enough to cream. You don't have to cube it, just if it's soft, just put it in the bowl. We need 55 grams of caster sugar. You're basically just going to cream them together till they're nice and light and fluffy. I'm going to use a stand mixer. No, I'm not, I'm going to use a hand mixer. And just because I'm lazy, but I mean you could just do it with a spoon, it's no big deal. So I've creamed my butter and my sugar. I'm just adding my pinch of salt to that. Just going to mix that in. So it's just nice and creamy and mixed. So that'll do. Right, to this mixture you're going to add a tablespoon of milk. Please don't make fun of the milk I use. I just prefer lactose milk. You're going to add 1 egg. Medium or large, whatever, I don't know. Who cares? Just add an egg. And then to this you're going to add some flour. So you need 227 grams of flour in total. What we're going to do is we're just going to add a little bit of flour to this, mix it, and then we're going to add more flour. But we want to mix a wee bit first. I don't want to put all that flour in the other now. So I'm probably going to put in 100 grams just now, just to make life a wee bit easier, so I'll remember how much I put in. Oof. That went so smoky there that I was like, did I just put icing sugar in that? I honestly wouldn't put it past me. Right, so I'm going to cream this together now. So I'm happy that's creamed together. I'm just going to put in my other 125 grams. So it's 225 grams in total. Do you see how I tried to sieve it and then just gave up hope and then didn't sieve it after that? That's fine. So at this point you'll have a really stiff dough. It will not resemble cake mix. It will resemble a dough. And that's fine, that's what you want. So I'm just using a spoon now just to try and scrape all the wee bits off together, because it's so thick that like a spatula and whisks and stuff aren't going to get through it. It's so thick in fact that like I can just pick it up. So we're happy with that. We're happy with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift all the mixture out. You don't have to do this, I'm just explaining what I'm doing. And I'm going to weigh in my mixture so I know how much mixture I've got. I've got 370 grams. So if I've got 370 grams, I'm looking to make 14 balls of 26 grams. So that you don't have to do that, you can just take balls of it if you want, but I just thought I'd measure it to see what I was working with, what I was trying to achieve. So this is probably a good point to preheat your oven. Your oven is at 400 degrees Fahrenheit, gas mark 6, 180 degrees Celsius if you've got a fan, and 200 degrees if you don't have a fan oven. Did you see how I did Fahrenheit first there so that I didn't leave you all out? I usually leave you all out. Fahrenheit included now. So now. So we're getting a tray, we're getting parchment paper, nothing exciting. And we're going to try our best to divide this into even balls. Obviously, wash your hands. My hands are clean. I'm just going to take my rings off. You're just taking your mixture. I'm weighing mine. Again, you don't have to. Get your dough, roll it into a ball, plonk it on your sheet. And then do that until all your dough is rolled into balls. Right, so now that I've made all these into balls, I'm just going to make sure that they're nice and separate away from each other so they're not just going to splooge into each other, because they're going to turn into like wee half domes, you know. They won't remain balls, so they do need a little room to spread, I presume. Never made them before, but I presume. So these are now going to go into your preheated oven for 8 to 10 minutes, depends on your oven, honestly. I'll probably be 8 minutes, my oven's quite hot. But yeah, I'll see you in like 8 to 10 minutes. Alright, so mine's have been in for 9 minutes. They are quite small, so I don't think they need a lot of time. Sound cooked in the middle. So I'm just going to take them off and put them on a wee cooling rack. Again, because they're so small, they won't take a lot of time to cool. I won't lie, they smell crap. Well, no, they don't smell crap. They smell like scones. That's what they smell like. They smell like scones. Or scones, depending on who you want to be. But they smell just, it's just because of the flavour. There's just quite a lot of flavour in them. As I say, I've never made these before, so that's why I'm like, but they should be okay. And they've got flat bottoms, which is what you obviously want. Right, so what we're going to do now is let these bad boys cool. And when we come back, we're going to jam them. So the jam I'm going to use is this guy. Now I don't mind seeds in jam, you can use any jam you want, but I think this stuff's a lot better because you can see it's pretty thick, you know. I'm using shop bought jam. You can make your own jam and put that inside, and if you want to see how to make your own jam, it's in one of these corners now, because I've already made a video on that. So anyway, yeah, I'll see you in like 20 minutes once these are cooled, and then we'll jam up. See you soon. Do you want to try one?
Right now?
You can just try a bit of the sponge if you want.
Okay.
It tastes like a tiny wee scone. Because I had enough to make like an amount, but I also had to sacrifice one to size to see if they were tasty, so it's spare. It's alright.
That's what's going.
It's like a wee plain cake, but it's because of the way you add jam and all that and the coconut. It's alright. Not much to be said for this plain cake.
Alright.
So once your cakes are cool, you're going to take your jam. I've put my jam in a wee tub to prevent dipping into cake and then into the jar. I've just put mine in a wee tub, so jam. And we're going to jam the inside, well the bottom of our snowballs. And then we're going to sandwich them together like so. Very, very easy. And then somehow we're going to hope that they sit. That's the aim. And then we're going to put them in the fridge to set. Hopefully set enough that we can roll. So this is why I was scared about the rolling in the icing, because jam is not a solid, and the idea of these staying together while I roll them in icing doesn't really compute, but we'll see. So Marcus just tried the other spare cake that was going there. They are, I mean, they're tasty enough, they're just wee cakes, but you need the jam in the coconut and the icing and stuff like that to make them interesting. Without that, they're just wee cakes. So I think mine are going to turn out more like snowmen than snowballs, but that's fine. So now that I've put jam in the middle of all of them, I'm going to put them in the fridge for a bit. Try and set the jam a wee bit if we can. Yeah, I say half an hour in the fridge to try and set them hard if it's possible. So I'll see you in half an hour. Before I go, this is what it looks like. This is all I've done. Just sandwiched them together. So yeah, I'll see you in half an hour. Okay, so these have been in the fridge for half an hour and it's done absolutely nothing. So we're just going to go ahead and see what we can do. I mean, they're still super slidey and stuff, but what you gotta do? So what we need to do now is we need to make an icing and then roll the snowballs in coconut while they're covered in wet icing, while there's still wet jam inside. That sounds like it's going to be a mess. I'm going to do my absolute fucking best, but I don't imagine it's going to turn out well. So what I'll do is I'll probably just move the camera so you can see me attempting that and failing very hard. But whatever we make will taste nice, so there's that. Hello there. Right, so we're going to do our best. This is all we can really do. I've got one bowl here for coconut, another bowl here for icing, and we'll see how we get on. I don't really have measurements planned for this, so I'm just going to use a cup worth, the now roughly, of icing. Oh, okay. Or whatever happens to fall into the dish will do. And then, while the air tastes great, we're just going to put milk in until we get a nice consistency. Oh, fucks me. Oh. So I will give you a recipe in the description for this icing. Do not do what I'm doing. I mean, that'll do. Right, so this is the icing that I've got. It's probably too bright for you to see, but that's as thick as I'm going to make that. Now that we've failed at that, I'm going to get a coconut. So we have a bowl of coconut, desiccated coconut. We have a bowl of icing. We've got our cakes. We have some utensils on the off chance we're going to need them, which I think we might. So, really don't know how to start this. This is not going to go well, I don't think. I don't have high hopes. But we're going to take this, we're going to roll it in icing, we're going to roll it in coconut, and we're going to put it back down. So, wish me luck. Fuck it, let's go for it, right. Swoosh, swoosh, swoosh. Oh, this is not a nice feeling, I'll be honest. Oh no, there's jam in my icing, oh no. Right, so straight into the coconut, which I'm going to use a spoon to like I mean, I feel like that could have been worse. And then we'll just plonk it down. Oh shit, that could have been worse. Right, so we'll use this spoon here to spoon any jam out of my icing. This is not going well. I think best thing to do is do like a breading technique where you've got one wet hand and one dry hand. I think all we can really do is just do what we did there, just go for it. It seems to be the only way. I mean, another option is to drape icing over it. I don't see that happening either, do you? Fuck it. Okay, there's no icing at the bottom of that one. Oh shit, right, okay. Oh no, oh no. I never really thought it through in regards to like, how do you do it without just touching all the coconut off? Oh no, there goes my wet hand, dry hand method right out the window. Right out the window. Do you know what I would have done? Is maybe inject the sponge with jam. That seems like that would maybe be better, but that's also hindsight, so I don't have that. It's a great, wonderful thing. Right, we've also given up on the jam being in the icing. It's just going to be there. It's just, that's just what's happening. Spoon, you're just in my way now. I mean, they kind of look like snowballs. Maybe. Some more than others, but the jam in the middle is just so wet that as soon as it hits the icing is also heavy and it pulls the cake apart, and the cake's just kind of like, nah fam, I want to be 2 halves. I don't want to be 1, I want to be 2. Maybe if we do this, see, look at that jam, it's just everywhere. Right, and then, but maybe we could double dip in the coconut, maybe? Like once, like start again, not start again, but like don't roll back in icing. But like the ones that are on the plate now, roll them back in the coconut for anything that may have fallen off. Is that a terrible idea? Probably. Will I try it with 1? Yeah. This quickly went from a tutorial to a watch me fail video, but that's fine. Yeah, we'll add more coconut now. And then we've got a tray with some tin foil on. I think what we'll do is we'll re-roll, put it on the tray and then put it straight in the fridge. I think that might make it look a little bit better. Plug up any holes from like jam leakage. See, that looks better already. No? Am I fooling myself? Am I lying to myself? Possibly. I mean, I think I absolutely am lying to myself, but that's okay. Sometimes we need to lie to ourselves to cope. It's a way to cope, isn't it? This is the way forward. Because they look better, and then we'll put them in the fridge again for another half an hour, and then we'll try and eat one. And that should give the coconut and the icing enough time to set. Any loose coconut that won't stick will fall off, so it will be too coconutty. The jam will still be shite on the inside and still be wet and runny, but that's fine. We'll forgive it. Yeah, we'll try that. This is what we have. We're going to stick that in the fridge and then we're going to pray and we'll be back in half an hour. So my camera just died. It was recording absolutely fine. It was recording totally fine. And then it stopped recording and the screen freezes. And when that happens, everything I've recorded up to that point is gone. Gone forever, cannot be recovered. It does not exist. So, what you missed was, I've tried some of this and it's good. So, I think even it's probably going to record over what it looked like and everything. But I've still got plenty left on my plate, so basically what I did was I cut it in half. So that's the inside. Now this one doesn't have a lot of jam in it. I think I picked up the wrong one, but the jam, there is jam there, it's just kind of squished up the sides. But it tastes exactly like a snowball should, so I'm very, very happy with how it tastes. I'm happy how it came out. If I was to do it again, I would use less flour in the recipe. So the recipe that will be in the description below, that it's not a link or anything, I just write it out. Below it'll have less flour than what I mentioned like earlier on in the video, so that's on purpose. So please don't comment and be like, it's different, like it's supposed to be, because I want it to be better for next time. So also what I would maybe do is, I don't know, maybe hollow out the flat ends just a wee smidge, just so I can make an indent for jam to sit. I don't know. Anyway, if you have any sort of ideas of how you would keep jam in the middle, then I'm all ears. But yeah, from making something that I thought was a nightmare physically doing, and I thought this is just terrible and I thought I'd ruined it, they've turned out really well. I've already ate some of this, but now I need to eat some more because the camera died, and you're going to be like, you never ate any of that? I absolutely did eat some of it, but there you go. But it is really, really tasty, I swear to God. It honestly just tastes like a snowball. Like there's nothing about it that doesn't taste like a snowball you buy from the shop. If anything, this one tastes better because the cake tastes better. But yeah, if you like this video, please consider liking and subscribing. It really means a lot and it helps out as well. If you make these, please let me know what you thought of them, if you did anything differently, and how you felt the icing and coconut thing went for you, and if what you did differently worked for you. I want to know, because that was a bit of a nightmare. Wasn't it? Like, it was easy and it was fine, it was just messy. But yeah, refrigerating these things is probably the way to go. Anyway, thank you so much for coming to watch me make snowballs, Scottish snowballs. I will see you next time. Bye.